John Stuart Mill was a British philosopher, political economist, and civil servant, and he is one of the most influential figures in the development of liberalism. His works cover a wide range of topics, including ethics, political theory, and social philosophy. Let's explore the core themes and ideologies of Mill's philosophy, his key works, his influences, and his legacy. First, let's discuss utilitarianism. Imagine you have a garden, and you want to maximize the number of flowers it produces. You would make decisions based on which actions will yield the most blooms overall. Mill was a proponent of utilitarianism, a moral theory initially developed by Jeremy Bentham. Utilitarianism holds that the best action is the one that maximizes overall happiness or pleasure and minimizes suffering. Mill refined this theory by distinguishing between higher, intellectual and moral, and lower, bodily pleasures, arguing that higher pleasures are more valuable. Next, liberty and individual freedom. Think of a bird in a cage. To flourish and reach its full potential, the bird needs to be free to fly and explore. In his seminal work, On Liberty, Mill argued for the importance of individual freedom and autonomy. He believed that individuals should be free to pursue their own happiness as long as their actions do not harm others. This principle, known as the harm principle, is central to Mill's defense of personal liberty and is a cornerstone of liberal political philosophy. Now let's explore freedom of speech. Consider a marketplace where different ideas are exchanged openly. The best ideas thrive while weaker ones are discarded. Mill was a strong advocate for freedom of speech, arguing that open debate and discussion are essential for the discovery of truth and the progress of society. He believed that all ideas, even those that are unpopular or controversial, should be allowed to be expressed. This way, society can challenge and improve its understanding through critical examination. Next, representative government. Imagine a company where employees have a say in decision-making processes, leading to better overall outcomes and satisfaction. In Considerations on Representative Government, Mill advocated for a political system where citizens have a voice in governance through elected representatives. He believed that representative democracy is the best form of government because it promotes active participation, accountability, and the development of moral and intellectual faculties among citizens. Next, the subjection of women. Think of a garden where only certain types of plants are allowed to grow freely while others are restricted. To create a truly flourishing garden, all plants should have the opportunity to thrive. Mill was a pioneering advocate for gender equality. In The Subjection of Women, he argued that the unequal treatment of women was a significant barrier to human progress. He believed that women should have the same legal rights and opportunities as men, including the right to vote, work, and receive an education. Mill's work in this area was ahead of its time and has had a lasting impact on feminist thought. Finally, utilitarian economics. Think of a community where resources are allocated to ensure the greatest well-being for the largest number of people. In his economic writings, Mill combined utilitarian principles with classical economics. He supported policies that promoted overall societal welfare, such as progressive taxation, social safety nets, and labor rights. He believed that economic practices should aim to improve the quality of life for all members of society, not just the wealthy. Influences and inspirations. First, Jeremy Bentham. Imagine an inventor who creates a blueprint for a machine, and a subsequent engineer refines and improves the design for better efficiency and effectiveness. Jeremy Bentham, the founder of utilitarianism, was a significant influence on Mill. Bentham's principle of utility, which advocates for actions that maximize happiness, formed the foundation of Mill's ethical theory. Mill expanded and refined Bentham's ideas, particularly by emphasizing qualitative differences in pleasures. Next, James Mill. Consider a mentor who provides rigorous training and intellectual stimulation, shaping the mentee's foundational beliefs and methods. James Mill, John Stuart Mill's father, was a significant influence on his early education and intellectual development. James Mill was a proponent of utilitarianism and a prominent philosopher in his own right. He provided John Stuart Mill with a rigorous and extensive education which shaped his thinking and philosophical outlook, and Harriet Taylor Mill. Think of a collaborative partnership where two individuals share ideas and inspire each other, leading to innovative and progressive outcomes. Harriet Taylor Mill, a philosopher and women's rights advocate, was an important influence on Mill's thinking, particularly regarding gender equality and social justice. Their intellectual partnership and collaboration significantly shaped Mill's work on gender equality and liberty. Key works of Mill: Utilitarianism, a detailed exposition of the utilitarian ethical theory, refining Bentham's ideas and addressing criticisms. On Liberty, a foundational text advocating for individual freedom, the harm principle, and freedom of speech. The Subjection of Women, a pioneering work arguing for gender equality and women's rights. Considerations on Representative Government, a discussion of the principles and benefits of representative democracy. Principles of Political Economy, an influential work that integrates utilitarian principles with economic theory, advocating for policies that promote social welfare, legacy, and influence. First, liberal political philosophy. Consider a foundation upon which modern buildings are constructed, providing stability and structure for contemporary architecture. Mill's ideas on liberty, individual rights, and representative government have profoundly influenced modern liberal political philosophy. His work has shaped the principles of democratic societies, emphasizing the importance of personal freedom, equal rights, and active political participation. Next, feminist thought. Think of a trailblazer who opens new paths for others to follow, leading to greater exploration and progress. Mill's advocacy for gender equality laid the groundwork for later feminist movements. His arguments for the equal treatment of women and their full participation in society continue to resonate and inspire contemporary discussions on gender equality and women's rights. Finally, ethical and social reform. Imagine a reformer who introduces new standards and practices that lead to widespread improvements in societal well-being. Mill's utilitarian ethics and social philosophy have influenced various social and political reforms, including labor rights, education, and welfare policies. His emphasis on maximizing happiness and reducing suffering has guided efforts to create more just and equitable societies.